September 28, 2019, Chemical Washington. Weapons, drugs. Sudbury County Justice Department. Sherman Atkin. Abuser, criminal of abuser. Live. Rape. September 28, 2019. Named accuser. Criminal. Sheriff. Patient. Star. Red. 585. Telephone. Meth. Marijuana. Sherman Singh. Pasco. Secretary.
a job with Hanford, but they never called us out.
Yeah, we're only a couple days a week here. It's 2 of us at a time. Let's see, Thursday here all day. Rest of the week at home.
So are all,
Everything's all shut down.
tell when,
Not
so like,
till
My friend has
24th, I think.
Okay. So my friend has court the 23rd, so it's not gonna be.
Yeah.
And,
Oh, we have, yeah.
what?
We had a superior visit. Yeah.
So Superior still having court?
They'll open from 12 to 3,
I wonder how much, well, I guess it's all.
but the rest of it, yeah. Yeah, district's open in the morning from 9 to whatever. Superior's 12 to 3. This is Thursday. We're actually over the 10 to 1, okay. Here? Yeah. Yeah, April 2nd, 10 to 1 p.m. Yeah. Yeah. Or
Right here.
right there.
I guess we'll put the money in it and drop it out.
Fill out the envelope and then take it out to the blue box out on the sidewalk by the park.
You don't have to put these stickers on or anything, right? Just like this, right? Just like this?
Yeah.
Do you have your driver's license on it? Put that too.
I got it in my car, so let's go grab it.
Yeah, you can
think Robert was giving me a laptop. Let's see. Okay. You know how to get there?
Yes, hello. Here for the clerk's office? Right over there on the table. Just fill out the envelope there, take it out to the blue box on the sidewalk by the parking lot in front of the jail. Yeah. Just put it there.
How do I get a receipt?
What are you here for? Oh, right there, that thing. Right there. So, you know, our case number of that, just put your driver's license on there.
And just put my driver license.
Yeah.
Can I just put my driver license in name?
No, put your driver's license, write it down on the envelope, where it says driver's license. If you don't know the case number.
It's not a case.
Okay, or ticket number, whatever.
Look your name up.
I don't know, it's for the ticket.
Probably. I don't think so.
Thanks, man. Well, go right here.
There's a box outside if you want to use that one.
Oh, okay.
That way you don't have to listen to security.
Is there anywhere, can I put like ticket? You can allow that?
Sure.
and app number 2D, and this 11 the Washington official advance sheets for the LexisNexis for the appeal for the Washington State Appeals Office, Washington State courtrooms, and also the Washington State guidelines, also the federal Washington State guidelines here, and Kennedy building also here, and 702 Benton County Justice Department containing cases determined in Washington Court of Appeals of Washington. Level W, this 11 WN app, second to 1-106 apostrophe 1001-1020. Number 1, this is February 4th, 2020, City of Everett versus Public Relations and Community Services, which is, next one would be number 1. Next one is page 92. And the re-custody of JAKK, and this next one is page 67, in detention of JD, 67, page 67, and re-detention of TC, and that's page 51, JCP versus KK, and that is page 92. And Mendoza versus Expert Janitor Service LLC, page 32. Mendoza versus Fred Myers Stores, that's page 32. State versus Henson, that's page 97. State versus Richards, page 84. State versus SG, page 74. Notations of unreported cases, MS versus HCBC Bank USA National Association, page 1013. Bush versus State, that's page 1008. Colvin versus Department of Corrections, page 1007. Confederate Tribes and Bands of Yakima Nation and Yakima County, 1006. Digital Sham LLC versus John Hancock INC. Hancock INC, which is Company USA, page 1009. Dunn versus Bremerton Pilots Association, page 1012. Enstrom versus Thurston County Res Trans Department, page 1013. Espinoza versus Fred Myers Stores INC, 1007. Espinoza versus MH Janitor Service LLC, 1007. This is 55 Medical Creek Parkway, Colorado Springs, Colorado, 89921-3622. Customer service 1-800-223-19. www.lexus.com. This continue on for the appellate reports, the USPS 0767-83840. ISBN number is 978-3271-3616-13. Is published bi-weekly, 26 per week, up by year. And that is Michi Division of Mattawa Bender, 3 Learjet Lane Suite 102 Public, and that's P.O. Box 1710, Latham, New York 12110. Subscriptions rates is $87.50 per year. Single copies $5.70 per issue. Critical postage paid on ASIN is MD. Additional mailing offices, postmasters, of course, and the send address change is Washington Appellate Reports, USPS 0767-840. ISBN numbers 978-03271-36163-4810 Wilburn Road, that's Wilburn Road, Unit 2, Hurlock, and MD, and that's MD abbreviation MD 21643. And we continue on the manifest, that's head notes, summary, paragraphs, tables, indexes, other matters come up on the copyright of the 2020 State of Washington LexisNexis. Knowledge and bursts of logo marks and trademarks and properties and used on these Matthew Bender's registered trademarks and Matthew Bender Properties INC. In the small ball ring, as you can see, it says P.O. Box 40929, Olympia, Washington 98504. 0929. Telephone numbers 360-357-2087. That's Senator Kim Wayman, Secretary of State, Published Election Campaign Services, Auditing Services, also the Abstract and also Department of Licensing is on the reporter at courts.wa.gov. That's a reporter at courts.wa.gov. And that's reporter REPORTR at COURTS.WA.GOV. Now, these correspondence and also the concerning of subscriptions, distributions, and sales of single copies right of LexisNexis. This 3-liter jet, 3 Learjet, Lane Suite 102, P.O. Box 1710, Latham, New York, LATHAM, New York 12110. That's a Verizon building. It's not too many blocks away from this administration office. There's West Thompson Reuters and Law, and also Nexus Law, Westlaw, and also the incorporate, of course, the Lexis.com and official reports that discovery, manifest, any record, recollection reports, any 50 states, and also international trading and affairs and foreign affairs and the services. It shows up on the WWE Lexis Nexus.com-WA official reports. And also that's on Verizon. That's not too many blocks away from the Verizon building on Wall Street. Wall Street downtown services for Verizon building, the Verizon building, hours of operation, their services online. Mrs. Nexus and also Westlaw Borders in the Westlaw Thompson Reuters building is not too far from the administration office. It's next to the online services, which is online. The office of the Reporter Temple of Justice, P.O. Box 40929, Olympia, Washington 98504-0929. The telephone number is 360-357-2087. The advance sheets are subject to revision before publications and bound volume on the App 2 bound volume is officially authorized report of the work of Washington Court of Appeals. Please notify the reporter discussion of the telegraphic and other errors, so they may be corrected for bound volume. And this goes to press the office reporters on also decisions. Temple's Judge, P.O. Box 40929, Olympia, Washington 98505-0929. And again, the Olympia Temple of Justice, P.O. Box 40929, Olympia, Washington 98505-0929. Telephone number again is 3505. It's not 509, it's 306-357-2087. Internet Reporters has the at courts.wa.gov. Correspondent concerning these subscriptions are on. And you got email, postal services, and the service and postmaster services. Your UBI number, your business UBI number is established with the postmaster's office because it's online. It has a USPS number on the top at 0767-840, an ISB number, whatever registered processing device that you have, like Verizon, Sprint, AT&T, Motorola, and also T-Mobile, and also Smart Talk, with those services when you come into our office. Your ISB registered device and services on your laptop and services or any device. Your 7, which is very popular, the popular 7, which exploded and caught all areas and services on fire, which is number 7. The ISB number registered process on USPS is 0767. That's aviation fuel, and that's aviation fuel that's transported to the ground services USPS from FedEx. Aviation ISBIN number, and their passes and ports, and that's all your passes and ports for DOL, Department License, CDL, A, B, and also your chauffeur's license, and also your gun permit, and gun conceal permit. And gun permit has the FBI CID, SID, SID number on your driver's license for domestic or any military issuance of your services for your ISBN number. It's very important to have the postmaster will know your services with disputes for your sending address or change to Washington Pilot reports on USPS 0767-840 ISBN 978-0-3271-3616-34810 Williamsburg Road, Unit 2, Hurlock, abbreviation of the state is MD 21643. Now, Ferry versus Feingold, that's page 1019. Foe versus Wilson, page 1010. Now, Holmes versus City of Seattle, page 1020. Now, the dependency of EJH, and that's at 1014. Dependency of the O and the V and the H, that's page 1014. In real estate of homes, page 1010. Interest of JAHI, and that's page 1006. Marriage of O'Connell, page 1001. In marriage and domestic partnerships of Artmans, it's page 1006. Present restraints of James, 1011. Restraints of Johnson, 1064. I'm sorry, 1004. In present restraints of Painter, 1003. Kingsburg versus King County Department of Permitting and Environmental Review, Human Resources, page 1019. Coles versus Brookwell Landscape and Construction LLC, 1004. Langberg Pines LLC versus Kendra, page 1019. McGee, and that's James McGee, Hummer, and that's United States government, and that's John Deere Company, Moline, Illinois. John Deere is covered up as John Deere, just put a deer on it, but it belongs to the United States government. It says McGee versus City of Federal Way, and that's A&M Irrigation Umbrella Contract, which is Andy Miller's parking spot, and judges, bailiffs, Superior Court judges, District Court judges, Commissioner Services. It's a beautiful, beautiful piece of work there. Just AM Irrigation Services and the Transport and Service, building the Harley-Davidson shop, and also the landscape, Home Depot, the two Home Depots, Spokane here and Tappatil, and here now it's called a different administration, change of identity, same owners, just different name. Burger King, McDonald's, Papa Murphy's, first and last, Carl's Jr., same person, Denny's, and also JB's called Carl's Jr. And same first person, just different identity. Different name, different uniform. This Linger playing, this service they got, this is Linger Pines, INC. We can keep on going here. They keep this Clinsburg Burger versus King County Department, Permitting Environment Review. That's Human Resources. That's here in Kenoka, Washington. That's Commissioner's Human Resources. The Law Library Services right there. That says Permitting and Environment Review, page 1019. Covis Brockhill Landscape Construction LLC, page 1004. Linger Pines INC, page 1019. McGee versus City of Federal Way, page 1020. Miller versus U.S. Bank National Association, that'd be the laptop information that's upstairs. I'm with Ms. Ambulance. That's page 1003. So the information that I got on Anchor for the swipe, and also the Google password, and also the immediate live virus that is activated in your systems as we speak. You can be experiencing 15-20 minutes of turbulence. Please remain calm, and there's puke if you want to vomit or puke because you're infected or not infected and of whatever happened. You're going to be detained and processed, and just puke in that bag and have a gigantic gallon of milk for a purchase of $1. 1 gallon of pure homogenized milk, out of pure female calf milk that have been nurtured and took care of like turkeys in the background. The manifest of the services of their partner, their service. McGee versus City Federal Way. Viller versus U.S. Bank and National Association, the swipe of the $35 million in the account, and also transaction and arbitrating and correcting their services. And you see, notice this pen, you see this ploy, when somebody's getting into the system, you're hacking the system. The fingerprint analyzed on this service, pulled out of this because the implements of the services on this binder, like I said, the amounts, I can mention the amounts to you again. And let you reflect of the damages it says the price of the official reports, watch reports, is $87.50 per year. See, so this rebar, the tie that goes into the upper lower jaw, Felix Barela, the service of the increments that goes into the twining of the pin and Roberta Barela's kneecap. When I use $100 for the cardboard, this cardboard binder here is $100, but it comes to an amount of $87.50. So that rest of that $87.50 goes into that $1,000 into Annie Miller's pocket, the prosecutor of the Bar Association. And then this $5.75 per issue, see how many people have that maybe done that to? And Annie Miller's now deprived and the threats of your life, and you guys use this pen here as a weapon. You can melt it down, make a bullet out, a hollow point. Because it's used against you ammunition for trial service because it's $5.75 per issue. And the current bound volume for issue of each pen of the service of Boise Cascade, that's at United States Air Force, United States Air Force One, that was pulled out of the increments out of this binder. The spinal tap series of the damage of the pen on this. And that's a Phillips. No, that's a Phillips. No, that's a straight head. That's a standard, actually. A United States USA made mechanical screwdriver with issuance of full liability coverage and also services. This could probably go in the carburetor of a Barracuda or a Chevy or Ford to compete against Ferrari. Of course, no, Ferrari, and whatever Ferrari right across the street, Davao Historical Hotel. It belongs in the statue of Simba, actually, in the statue of the commissioners out in Chamber of Commerce Civic Center in Spokane, Riverside. So the service of banquet party restaurant in the Italian city of Italy, Sicily, the boot compound facility and compound entrance, the services for Florence at Gonzaga University, services they have, Mrs. At the historic library at Amanda Knox. She didn't learn a lesson, apparently. Apparently didn't learn a lesson at all. See, the salvage of the services of the damage of the inquiry and quality of the services from Senator Patty Murray and Cantwell's offer. The key that I have around my neck and vault services, the damages.
They're right off the left-hand side.
And then, see, that's $5.75 per issue. Now, our current bound volume is $28.50, and that's half the dollar value. That's 50 pennies for that dollar, $28.50. So that APR rate representing an FDIC, import-export, that $35, you have to have $35 in your account just to conversate or any way to be in the bouts of the area of the vicinity of within the domain of the livelihood of the prosecutor, say Andy Miller. See the services, as you can see, it says Donald Trump, Andy Miller, Mr. Manis, and it says UMPA. UMPA means the United States Army General, and UMPA means the grandfather of the sibling series of the services that is on the front lawn, the service having discussed matters with the individuals capitalizing the individual hazmat and services of their screening of the SR swine black plague swine flu that's been transported from downtown Seattle. Bill Gates, I don't touch Bill Gates' hands. I don't come in that area. I don't like to be touched. I don't like being held my hands. Like I brush my teeth. I'll get all the germs and services that if you can get. There's people smoking marijuana, dealing with people with that slamming heroin, speedball. Major heroin addicts, major billionaires, and their cesspool in Senator Patty Murray's office. As you can see, the plumbing system will pull out shanks, heroin sacks, poisons, tobacco sacks, all kinds of stuff, these accessories. See, they ban no smoking anymore at Eastern or Western. There's smoking allowed anymore. Now, the services they got for chewing tobacco or any of that service or smoking or leaving fiberglass into your gums and passing information, swabbing, making out with criminal convicts or staff members if you have maybe. You have some statute of limitations services, buying service, we're going to have to charge you $87.50 for that, which is the 4-year for this stationary buying service into the spine. Immigrants that pushed Roberta Barela off the ladder and cherry orchards by George Washington, United States government. That's Jay Mueller. And when he's sitting there at the table discussing, I'm talking about this screw that I got in my hand that's removed out of Roberta Barela's kneecap. Immigrants, con artists, laminize services. And of course, Mrs. Lola Hernandez holding appendage of the siblings of her children, or not her children, but we have Mormons and Christians, and also Mrs. Graham and Mr. Andy Miller, and also Mr. Patrick, Mr. Kennedy, and Mr. Eugene F. Pratt, and Vietnam to Mr. McCain, Senator, pulling, lunging, letting the restraints, and she would not release. And this pen, this South Dakota ordinance, this bar, First Amendment, the Second Amendment actually, Third Amendment and the Fourth Amendment right here, the Constitution and Constitutional Service. So this service here is going to have to charge you $87.50. That's APR. That 50 cents goes into the interest rate of your services for your abstract read manifest record, Department of Department license, of course. All 50 states in the GOV, and that's SOS.WA.GOV/corpse. And the next representative for the Secretary of State that is stepping for the next 4 to 8 more years, Secretary of State, Kim Waming, and the services from the services they have from them. Administration for the next Commissioner of Service for Election Campaign. This is the 46th, 47th, 48th, 49th, 50th President. This is binded as 2850. And that's a court-bound volume. See, the volume on that Washington Advance single copy is $5.75 per issue. Per issue. Now, if you take it, all that information, cellophane, all that information, this could be 5 cents per shot, 5 cents bagged up, approximately 850 million tons of ammunition transported. Take it out of the crate, put it in a bag, weigh it out. How much would you do sophisticated this import-export service? Again, this can give you for pennies to the cent for each round that weighs for each pound. No, be easily sent to you with 28.50. Then even short 50 cents of that dollar amount APR. Now, this would be a credit to your account. It will be deposited inquiry in your account. Now, so your proper appearance at Social Security Office 8131 headquarters, basically, used to be gauged and engaged. Now it's called headquarters, basically. All the, as you can see, what it looks like outside and inside of the area. The services of how it protects and depending your deposit inquiry, your FDIC procedure, and your process, and your SID, and your ABA, UBI, and ABA, and also your SID and FBI number, DOC, services apps. Anytime you go Social Security office or you go over the San Francisco Bridge, it shows the transmit of your transparency of the reflectance in the back and front. And when you swipe or you drive anywhere across San Francisco Bridge, there is 5 board ordinance of services protecting this domain surrounding deposit inquiry, import-export services. Your face, your fingerprints, anywhere, your signature and initials, and your voice, your recognition, your Google, and also your eyeball, your iris, in your retina. Now, this is going to be February 18th, 2020. The recustody of AT, page 156. This is Watch State Pill Reports Canadian Determined Report Pills, W11WN App 2D 107-328 1020136, February 18th, 2020. In the custody of AT, that's number 2, 156. LaVille versus Department of Retirement Systems, and that's page 1316. I have bearing, couplings, coupling, piping. You have to cut the piping, cover it up, and then fit the mixture, do a 30, do a 90-degree angle, do a T, do a split, do a drop, or do a process to a curve to initiate the initiation services for the. This is a fire system, so when you ordinances on piping or piping hot and cold or cold to hot, and the propane ordinance connected to the propane line, a cascade, natural cascade, there's thousands and thousands, billions and billions of feet that had to be remodeled, replaced because of Cimaron 5, INITAIL banquet party or restaurant. A bunch of services that had to be implemented. Vista Utilities, Benton PUD, and service of roofing material. So you can see it's all parked in Andy Miller's parking lot. They actually drove all the individual processing and nuclear ordinances and also the raw material that is sitting there. And I'll just go upstairs and have this initiated process and put in. This is your domain, firewall, your window that you pay one time, not twice, 3 times. You have these con artists on your email apps. As I'm going through the systems, looking over all these services that they fraudulent services. This is paid one time, not once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, one time forever. So, see, this implement is very adversary. You can see how you pry the siblings from Lola Hernandez claws like she's a Wolverine, like she's a, you call her, what's that old lady gonna do to you? That's Wolverine kind of claw, bear claw, grizzly bear kind of intimidation service. But she's a United States citizen. This individual is very sophisticated in many ways. This thing is very vicious in many ways. Very popular, very educated, and educating its siblings and its services. And she has a very, very manifest. This individual speaks English. You don't let this one fool you in any shape, way, or form. And Mrs. Maddox, you don't learn your lesson yet. The CD, Eazy-E, NWA, Tupac, Snoop Dogg, they all got blasted and hit by a cane. Mr. Randomil, of course, is pulling Lola Hernandez off. And then they're sitting there seeing, trying to restate and remove the siblings out of the hands of the registered lethal weapons of Lola Hernandez. See, this adversary, very intelligent individual. Now it's technology at itself, jet propulsion, jet propellant engines, and propelling services and modulating and countering of the global axis of the Earth is off axis because of it. Because there's no changing this individual. Very smart. Fluent English, reading, writing, Harvard, Stanford, Penn State, Temple Justice, all these services, this accurate English service in the U.S. citizenship. Falsified documentation services, serious offense. Now, Robinson versus Legion Department of Washington, INC, page 274. Seville versus Dawson Place, page 250. Smith versus American Legion Department of Washington, INC, page 274. State versus Akron, page 304. State versus Clemson versus 172. Now, State versus Hat, page 113. That'd be Oakland, California, or Pismo, Shannon, Avila Beach and services. And Diablo Canyon, the fault line, also the reservoir services, backlashing into the liquor containment area where it would be a crack line into the reactors and be a spontaneous nuclear fallout for millions, billions of feet underground, connected to the nuclear shacks and shelters for services that they have to provide. Because the oxygen intake will be manifest, inhaled, and taken away from you because of this continuous flame inheriting, sucking up all the oxygen, you will die instantly, choking slowly. So Lola Hernandez, Roberta Barela, speaking English is service and passing on the service of Toyota, Ferrari, Chevy, and also the service they provide in this manifest, beautiful, manifest, man-made, aesthetic motor to transport their services, and also armored and also bulletproof service and water services, amphibian aviation and services. This is beautiful, beautiful. It's not. State versus Hat, 113, page 113. State versus Wyatt, 107. And that's Stagney versus Central Puget Sound Growth Management Hearing, page 228. And this is Tepper versus Tepper, page 156. Notations are upper cases, and this is Bodge versus Bodge, page 1022. Corrigan versus Grant County, and that's, of course, that's Mrs. Jennifer and Mrs. Dana Garr, prosecutor Fredo Washington, of course. hours. They have their negotiations, they have to go over the camera, works at the Marriott or at the Denver Hotel or the Ruscio or Ferrari, and they charge them for having sex with the staff, raping. It's on YouTube Live service, and like the police department had verified the transport to Spokane because he got shot in the line of duty with his uniform. Line of duty means when you're wearing a uniform, class A uniform, and also your combatant friends and homeboys banishing weapons and threatening individuals, and because you know they have records or unprocessed records, or you're using above them or torturing them in such a way. See this manifest record. See this pen right here. This damaged in the binder for the services. Here it is. And we're going to have to give it to Andy Miller. Watch the bar association. Give him the laptop. You can let him stroll for browse that information. And this is City Center Puget Sound Growth Management, page 228. This is Tepper versus Tepper, page 156. And this is notations of upper border cases. This is 55 Middle Creek Parkway, Colorado Springs, Colorado, 80921-3622. Customer service 1-800-223-1940. www.lexus.com. Now the prescription on my prescription is for my plasma torching or TIGging or welding or tying or D9, D6 or earthworm service. We park it right in Annie Miller's parking lot. Judges, Premium, Chief Justice Department, Mrs. Haygood, Mr. Hawkers, Mrs. Scalia, any of those cases that matters, any foe, any council service, Department DH CPS office, and with all those siblings, those children, those 1 year jaundice ones, all the way to the 17 years and almost 18-year-old, because I can't kick them on out in the service, with select service till they're 18, and it's 12:01 in the morning, and they're booted out to the public on the streets from downtown Jackson Street or the service provider, AFC, NFC, NFL, or anywhere, the Gold's Gym, any services stipulation compound facility. Of course, their neo-Nazi compound place with red and slash compound says Barela's property. Felix Barela's put on their shirt. Coaxium, because the coaxus cotton that is manufactured at Moline, Illinois, with no records, and also their services for the graduate certificates are fully. It says Barela's and Felix Barela property, and this individual is no full English and pulling siblings from her claws. Vicious. Very smart she is. She trained all of them. Very impressive. Department of Social Health Services Learner 1000 versus Strat 1026. And Heartless versus Central Puget Sound Growth Management 1028. Now the Washington Power reports USB. No. You got USBs that can activate any computer system from ages 60, 70s, 80s, 90s. Just USB. You can insert it and take any kind of information. You hit this, tap this button here, and then the USB coax can retrieve all information. And this live virus is activating the system. This is a small maneuver. There's service for unlimited devices. U.S. citizens. So go anywhere in the United States of America, slide your IBN, no voice recognition. Of course, Donald Trump's confronting you in your face because you're putting a skin on your face for Donald Trump and put your fingerprint sensor in Barela. Services are confronting because the plot is on the property and a lot in services. And I see what as an individual of yourself. And you wouldn't go much far in that distance, probably give you a head start, give you all this transaction services. And can you afford this and then afford a way or a shape and form of these orifices being removed, detained, removed out of your upper and lower jaw or either your abdominal internal gap? You need to have foreign object that's in your body, it must be lodged in your body bones. And this ain't you. Is this yours? Is this yours? Now, the Washington Post reports USPS 0760-840 ISBN 978-03271-36163. is published and bi-weekly by 26 times per year. You know, there's so many weeks in a year. And, you know, there's so many days in a year, 36 and a half, 365 and a half. So when they said that half, that 50 cents, the 50 pennies out of that penny, the APR receipt, like just imagine how many pennies, how many half the dollars. Mr. Obama and the Obama administration, that was only 30 cents for the dollar. 30 cents to the dollar, Dad. Well, how many people have you done that to? See, look. See? See? See this? Is this yours? You can melt this down and make a dime out of it or a nickel or something. Is this information or this oversight that's in your foreign orphans? Is that well? It says IUSB 0767840, ISB 978-03271-36163, published biweekly 26 times per year. Mitchie Division Matthew Binder, 3 Legit Lane, Suite 02, P.O. Box 1710, Latham, New York, 12110. Subscriptions rate is $87.50 per year. Single copies is $5.75 per year. Pretty close postage pad isn't. Abbreviation stays MD. Additional mailing offers. And then Postmaster, of course, all Postmasters in all 50 states, and also the foreign relay. Of course, there's Spokane, Newport Highway 2, and there's a little mail entranceway. There's iCanada, Spokane. That's South 395, which is Internet Services for support for the Washapat. 076 ISBN 9271. That Postmasters. 8101 is Road. And abbreviation says MD 21643. Now, Harless versus Kitsap County, page 1028. Humber versus Ross, that's page 1024. And adoption to TAW 031. Dependency of AB, page 126. Detention of AS, page 128. Marriage of Conan, page 132. Parental rights of UD, page 1032. Parental rights of UDW, 1027. Parish restraints of Denver, page 134. Restraints of Garcia Mendoza, page 136. Restraints of Howard, page 1027. Restraints of Mitchell, page 1034. Restraints on Moody, page 1030. Restraints on Ritchie, page 1035. Restraints on Swanker, 1031. Restraints on White, page 138. Restraints on Williams, page 126. 131, page 1031. And you know, these are judges, these are professors, judges, and restraints, staff members that are in restraints. Now, Jordan versus Department of Children, Youth, and Families. Let's see, you didn't see that one coming, did you? Because it says in bold and black writing in the service of USPS, FedEx, Aviation Fuel, Ground Force, USSPS, Aviation Compound Facility and Services and Infiltration and War Campaign Services, they will be landed in ground packaging at the USPS number, that ISBN number. That ISBN number complex on your service on your device and on your live virus. That is activated. Now, live actors is nothing to play with. That's probably the best product and service that you can get around on the planet Earth here. And if you're off planet Earth, it's probably the best virus that you can ever have and use in corporations if you're surviving. I'm sure you want to live to be centuries old, right? The increments of this live virus works. See, these engineering services they had, Jordan versus Department of Children, Youth, and Families at page 1026. Keeley versus State is 1021. Malcolm versus Complum. And Complum is Schwab counts, and that's accidents, malpractices, and lawsuits and services and care person services here. That's Mrs. and Mrs. and Palcom, and that's Malcolm McComba. Welcome and Columba. That's page 1025. Nagy, Empress, Home Health, Bellingham, State Patrol, LLC, page 1036. That's Potomac LLC versus Ponzer, 131, page 1027. RB and CW versus CW, 1041, 1031. Rawson versus Rawson, 1030. State versus AS, 1027. State versus Belvitz, 1031. State versus Bregbecher, 1020. State versus Brooks, that's 1029. Oh, Brooks, we're gonna have to, George Washington House, we're gonna have to call 911 on you, right? Come on and services on configurations, pulling up in the backyard, on camera, of course. There's a drone right above him, watching him, just processing information. You know, the pepper spray and the tear canisters won't help you much, and also the weaponry and processing and abandoning servicing before you make a move and processing and stepping on the property. I'm just let the dogs out and have them do what they're going to do until they're done tired, biting, gnawing, whatever the case might be. But they're going to be experiencing 15 years of turbulence in their services and your slow death. That is Lola Hernandez. Wall. Mother, father, meet real family, mother, real mother and father. And it's a small penny on the services. You can see alloy here. They didn't go that far. They didn't work too much for you. Many ways, shapes, ridge, and he shot 40 with him appreciating successful business. Felix Barela. Sessions versus State, page 1031. Briggs picture. Brooks, we're going to put on Front Street. Number 50 is Tabler, and also administration office. See these same individuals. So they must think it's page 1029. We're gonna let's look on page 1029, everybody. Let's see how many adversaries and people that he stole from, and stole from everybody, and everybody that comes in the suits of touching the fence line for passing information and service. Let's see. It says State of Washington respondent Brandon Lamar Brooks, appellate. Appeal from the judgment of Superior Court in Kannapolis County. Go figure that, huh? Superior Court in Dallas and Mr. Services, they want to distribute services. This Forbes event in January 26, 2008, firm part remand with instruction published per Warswick, that's Mr. Warnick in the 13th District in Grant County, in Moslake, Washington, which is Senate Process Center, Pat Senator Cantwell. Warswick J. Cruiser and Mulaney Court, Cruiser, but Cruiser, they mean cruiser. Cruiser means cruiser, that means cruiser and cursor and apostrophe S to the secant line, so this alloy we got here, pretty much done sealed case. We're going to laminate and put it on the wall. Destruction and published opinion proofs warrant occurred in Melanie Cruiser. Number 518, they changed it, it's typo. 51897-0-11, or I for an I. I for an I or 11. Choose your choice of weapon. Division 2, November 19, 2019, State of Washington respondent versus Shoshi Pallet from Appeal Judgment Superior Court, Pierce County, number 13-1-00554-1 Timothy Ashcraft, jury, entered in February 9, 2009, firm, a published opinion for Cruiser, concurred by Warsnick and Glasgow, JJ, Senate office, Senate phone, landline, Senate office. Number 519976-I for an I for an I, or 1111. Division 2, November 19, 2019, State of Washington respondent versus Satmar Singh Nijjar, Amir, A.J. Amir Singh, S-A-N-J, Nijjar, and I-J-J-A-R, a billionaire. There's another billionaire, of course, Donald Trump's. Who is that? Who is that? That's Amir. He's a billionaire. He's the president of the United States of India. He's in United States soil. He owns the United States, America. Pretty much. He's going to sit there and debate you. I'm going to leave him here on the couch, and this is the most service, import-export service currency that's moved in all around the world, because the amount you owe me is $35 million just for you communicating on any service, any way in device of service, or swipe personally, conference call, and their services named the services. And that means Division 2, November 19, 2019. It means State of Washington versus Satmar Singh Nijjar, appellate judgment Superior Court for Pierce County, number 16-101398-Elizabeth P. Martin J. entered February 23, 2008, firm unpublished for Lee ACJ coordinate. So that's really good. That's really suave. That's real smooth how you put that dead body in the cremator and just sit there and think it's not going to go away. It says affirmed, unpublished, means concurred and warned. I really recommend you don't talk to anybody about anything, any police officer, uniformed police officer, anybody with the device or any services. The best thing you say nothing, and you have you got a lawyer, you got public counsel, you have a right to use a phone. Call your lawyer immediately. You talk to no one. You are jury duty material. You get caught to a police officer, or socializing with the police, or somebody trying to sit there and communicate you in any way, shape, or form, you are kicked out for life in jury duty. It says, Judgment Superior Court, Pierce County, number 16-1-1-013981. Elizabeth P. Martin, of course. Victims of being killing his wife and leaving her for dead, of course. Letting the whole public know that his wife is dead and she's died and responding and passing information and having sex and and have children with siblings with others. And I recommend you don't tell nobody nothing about anything. So, February 23rd, 2018. Opinion Firm LLC, Bruce Lee, Brandon Lee, Service Memorial, downtown Seattle, Jackson Street, no services in Chinatown, Japanese cuisine, Japanese service. See what happens to you. That vehicle, Japanese vehicle, says mother, father, sibling, immediate family members that are parked at the Gonzaga University parking lot. And not too far away is Mr. Phelps on the couch, and he's convicted for many charges of DWI, operator, closed container, and so forth. And I have no record on the recollection report on that. Gold, several bronze stars, and Confederate services, and also United States Division Confederate MAC. So the robe and also service nations within. Illinois JJ 5205 Division 2008 State of Washington Respondent Appellate Judgment Superior Court Areas Harbor County number 18-1-017-176 Ray Collard entered in March 23, 2008 firm unpublished opinion concurred by LAS ACG. What's it? Very impressive. This gets better. Now we're gonna have to put Mr. Brooks on management service, put him on probation, put him time down with that. See, he's supposed to be functioning in any case, shape, or form of. There's reservations at George Washington House. Fire restaurant bar. You got venison, steak, your ribeye, you got pork chops, you got jumbo shrimp, you got baby shrimp, and also you got tiger shrimp. And those services, and also anything in from the sea, the ocean, fresh, out of the nets into the ports, and that's also fresh, and then up and battered and marinated. This long process is the key to success. Bile, your intestines, your esophagus, your throat, our digestive system, and if you're tolerant negative on all tests, AIDS, syphilis, gonorrhea, and also antibiotic swine. I'm sorry if you're a victim. Services, you can't get conviction services and that date of your born. You cannot eat or be an air Brooks. Look, Mr. Brooks, look, poor gentleman, and this I'll keep on reading on. It's the state respondent Brandon Lamar Brooks appellate. See, the margin, the equipment, the chemical equipment, the toners, the jet ink, the outlet itself is yours. It's not even your domain. I stop and reflect. It's going to in many forms. But nobody's going to kill and wait to every. Superior Court of Kings County is 17-114-4-6, January 26, 2000. Affirm the part remand and instruction on published opinion per works. J concurred by a million, and Cruiser JJ. Now, number 52231 for I for an I, or 11 and 11. Choose your choice of weapon. Now, Division 2. November 19, 2019, State of Washington Respondent Derek Lee Merlin, appellate. Appellate First Judge in Superior Court, Lewis County, 17-1-00898-7, James W. Laura J. Enter April 19, 2008, firm Command Instruction by Publishing Opinion Maxa. CJ occurred by Leo and Meg JJ. Division 2, November 19, 2008, State of Washington Reprint, John and Christopher Conglogo. Appellate, Appeal Judge of Superior Court, Column County, 1810559/9. Christopher Melee J. Entered May 29, 2008. Remain instruction by unpublished opinion per Warwick J. Quarry, Cruiser JJ. Division 2, number 19, 2008, matter of personal restraint, Daniel Scott Moody, as mentioned. J. Petitioner, prisoner of personal restraint, David By, unpublished Milk, J. Concurred, Maxa. JCJ Lee J. 52945-9, take an I for an I or -1111, choice of weapon. Division 2, November 19, 2008, Adams Reading, Pellet, Harvey, Resident, respondent. Judgment Superior Court, Pierce County, number 17-2-13627-2, Edmund Murphy, J. Entered November 8, 2008, firm part remand with instruction published in Publishing Warswick, J. Concur, Cursor, JJ. Now, this is a small minute of services that they be available at the printed information that is printed information to you and also everybody around you in the service and the jury doing the service and performing the maximum instruction and service to there's no leniency, it's straight accurate information and will alleviate and take everything away from sponging or processing or putting you in any way, shape, and form and any kind of stride in shape and form. As you can see, this is Washington Credit Reports advance sheet, $87.50. That half of that dollar goes into the increments, downloading into minutes. Also, of course, you're going to have to be a Social Security office because you're a citizen, and you're a citizen, how they treat you, you're a citizen, how they treat you like a turd in the wind, like a fool being eaten and left and distraught. And the victims and victims of services that you're left as distraught, as you left, bearless and disarmed and distraught and confused in many ways because of the service, how they regurgitated you and put you on front street. Now, the advance sheet is $87.50. Advance sheet, single copy is $5.75 per issue. Current bounded volume is $28.50. And the Watch Pilot reports continue to be advance sheets, single copy, current bounds, and clumped subject index. Advance sheet binders and state local sale tax apply. Now, description and writing on calling this Lexus. 3 Learjet Lane, Suite 102, P.O. Box 1710, Latham, New York 1211, telephone number 1-800-223-1947. Now you see the 223 emblems around my neck, around my emblem engraved first and last of the services. That means the engraved is 223. The PPGs, PTDs on the services that injected into the hydroelectric and also the power generator, nuclear powered services says 1-800-223-1940, 1940. Now we continue Washington Pilot reports containing containment room court worldwide of sports. As you can see, these preliminaries of these individuals just seems like a non-endless services they're attacking. Always. Containing cases determined in Court of Appeals of Washington, WNAP 11, choice of weapon, INI, or 11. App 2D 329-478-1036-1051, number 3, March 3rd, 2020, March 21st, March 22nd. Much havoc. This is April 2nd, Wednesday, Thursday. No. Thursday, 2nd. Friday is the 3rd, and then from there, the 1st is going to be Thursday, Friday, Thursday. This is Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday, and this is going to be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. It's going to be an outlook, and it's going to be 35, 45 days outgoing for the peak for the dependency of the 1 million, 2 million. That's going to be, of course, you have to be human resources. You're going to have to detain and put a body in and zip it in a body bag and contain it and put it in a cremator and then do away with it. You're going to have to replace the equipment, the blades that cremates and tarnishes the body into ash, and then put it in a self-filling box and put it in a box or whatever the case might be and bag and taint it and label it infected. And the index prefix on the Ministry of Law, it says orders of final order and continuance of the general, page 1406. Rules and construction and administrative construction, judicial defenses, which is 384. Reality per presumption consistency with the statutes, limitations statutes. Of course, none of that's all day. You can choose your I or now the appeal decisions and regulations, meaning quite honestly, does. They don't give any information to anybody. There is effect and effect in general. In my terms of public interest, I can't give you any discretion or leeway of services. The best thing is to make a phone call, administrative services, and get all the information, hand the information straight to them. Administrative any presumption concerning decision removal of mute questions affecting me in general, likelihood of other grounds of sports and records. This is page 416. 416. They do point of origins and records and recollection of black assaults and bashful battery on the child and corporal punishment modality are in question, and also black and white assault activities are at 8131 headquarters because they moved it 3 different times. Services encouragement for them to Strata in their services as LexisNexis. This knowledge of logo, American trademarks are really Eisenhower properties. Now, Eisenhower, back in President services, what they have. This property INC is used and licensed in Matthew. Registered trademark Matthew Binder property. Notice the cases before publication and bound volume in WAP. That's the second bound volume effect. This is what the alloy is. Which is not made by mankind. It's a foreign object, not made by mankind or man-made equipment. It's light and pervious, and multiple layers of this is pretty phenomenal. This is not man-made. It's not a periodic chart, actually. It's not man-made on the periodic chart. That means it's not made from planet Earth. Community property continued, separate property continued, what constitutes 358. Contempt and power scope review, standard reviews, page 416. Courts and inherent powers, procedure in general is page 416, and scope is page 416, and sources page 406. Rules and courts, present rules and subject law distinctives is page 416. Stare decision dictum, and also clarifications 416, and what constitutes in general is page 416. Criminal law and affirmative defense, a lack of consciousness being inferred in proof and degree of proof is 450. So if you swim or you run over the Blue Bridge, Kibble Bridge, long distance periods of time, upon in airports and airports, public highways and like I-90, of course, you have some state patrolmen overseas, obese individuals showing up at the posted speed limit sign, and you hand them and serve them in public in front of millions of people because of the discretionary report. You can walk on your own property, on your fence line. You can exercise, use a bicycle. You can do it in any shape and form, do compound facility, run all of your military staff and exercise any individual. Your freedom, allegiance at times, at any will, at time, person at time. You can hand a helicopter, you can hand a stealth bomber, you can send any kind of amphibious drone anytime, because it's your land and it's your property. And discretionary on your farm bill, you pay in advance of 18 years. This military alloy, this is not a military alloy, it's not a man-made thing, it's a compound service, and it's binded into this cult number I for not L and L, 1 and 1. The app, second to this, is Washington Official Advance Sheet LexisNexis in this binder. For ammunition, of course, you need for your services, for incomes, for your negligence of any negligence, shape and form, how they just leave you, abandoned you as an individual and leaving you distraught. Now, the trial and error in criminal law and affirmative defense lack consciousness and being asleep, proof, burn proof, degree of proof is 450. Page 415, you can reflect on that one. Defense, affirmative defense, proof of location burn on definite fidelity is page 375. Negligent proof, burn proof is page 375. Evidence, degree of proof, burn proof. Due process, page 375. Review, standard review is page 450. Right of presents defense, constitutional right, source, and irrelevant evidence is page 450. And of course, the punishment, sentence review, challenge, state, fidelity, and grounds. Of course, grounds package, USCIS, and also FedEx Aviation Service. You just let the cards fall, let the chess pieces be chess pieces. Let the queen, the knight, Bishop. And remember, I warned you, and before you even touch the defense or offensive services, let you know what this commanded service was, what this is going to do to you. I'm telling you what's going to happen to you. In the service on this, it says, page 416, theory of the case, of your supporting evidence and general witness self-incriminating state federal protection. This says legal standard black and white. It says black and white. Look, page 3, and test. T-E-S-T, capital T, small cap E, small cap S, small cap T. And page 375 has T-H-R-E-E 7, S-E-V-N 5, F-I-V-E 5. Now the witness and self-incrimination state federal protections, page 416, F-O-U-R 1, and that's 4. Now 1's next. O-N-E 1. And 6. 6 can be next. S-I-X. Are you ready for that? Now to divorce and decree and then to find dealing division property and community property form 358. Discretion of property in 358 and justice and discretion in factories 358 and pensions. Community state calculation, that's page 358. Future principal disturbance and page 358. Review death of party apart, finding of facts and sufficient to standard review, page 358. And this is evidence. See, the contract of your marriage and the community and suffering and language of services, and also you services that is binding contract for life. This evidence is description in court and journal, page 416. An opinion, evidence, and expert testimony assisting tier of the fact of helping us what constitutes that, page 450. And before it even rules of evidence of authority of jurisdiction, page 416. They're showing insurance and assessments and premiums and collections from the office and development company. Statute of limitations and period statute of limitations expired, but reflect on this contract is still ain't yours. And the prelude of the triggering date is page 349. Look at reflect on this. On man-made, it's not made on this planet. Look at this. Very sophisticated individual. He's very smart. He speaks English. Read and write English. She writes novels and services on this. It says, judicial review and pot review and rule of appellate courts through page 349. Governing law, standard review, judicial review, attorney fees, prevailing employees, additional relief on constitutional amounts, successful and unsuccessful claims on appeal and reversal on board of order, and additional relief, question of law and fact review, standard and review, page 367. Judgment, summary judgment, issues of facts, material facts, genuine effect, and the purpose of tribal issues, and also the review in terms and facts, and that's page 329. And those are Lemonites. Juvenile and release from deputies, determination of value and independence. Immunity, statutory provision, protection of faith, American rights, and sufficiency is what it is. Protection of the Fifth Amendment, fair right to use, immunity, powers of courts, JR-US decisions, DICA, and inherent authorities, and psychology, violence, and discrimination. These are pages all reflecting 416s. And these are incorporates and symbols, of course, that the case, Mr. Andy Miller, of course, that'd be Joshua. That's A, B, C, D, E, F, Supreme Courtrooms. Premeditated child molestation, stalking, anticipating, also stockpiling liquor, weapons, and also soliciting federal and white-collar crimes and services. Illinois and process amendments and services. Gateways and services of plea bargain, gateways of services of getting a handout, 3 meals a day, shower, current, a table, a current or standby, or servicing increments to increment, or as you could say, this JRUS is the wording for it, and it is the decision is DECA inherent authority fidelity. It's the common call service, and also the WANDA Act, and the service and the evidence and consideration for the citizenships that you carry on with your elementary school, middle school, high school, college, abstract, NASDAQ. It's what is your social security number, your manufacturing record, your abstract record, your agenda. And this index, medical treatment, nursing home reservation of the bed, certified as needs, issuance, what constitutes friendly order, that USS Comfort and the services they provide, Vibraness, and also that The storing war crime is also when the lightning services and elements that are generated from approximate from the war campaign from Saudi Arabian insurgents and their services that came, which is called United States Navy, and that's India. Those Brahma propellant engines and propellant Brahmas and the propellant nuclear devices and also nuclear detonated devices in any shape and form going through your shrubs, going to your boxes, going to your canisters, your service, your digitals, going into your Mid-Columbia Library, abstract and SID numbers, RCWs, password services, going to the Gonzaga University campus, going to the services, going to your internships, going to cutting your locks off, processing information, downloading and getting your sizing, your feet, your left and right arm, your shoulder, your lats, your neck, your tie ornament, your first class. And these services are contributed just negligence. These is just a small minute service of what these, this alloy here. She came very smart, and yeah, she's very smart. She's a U.S. citizen. Elements of the general is page 329. Approximate cause, fact, proof, but the test, page 329. Evidence determined by jury, question of fact, decision, matter of law, constitute general elements, and let's say proof of speculation, concurrence, or consecutive sentences that these buyers and services that you falsely, fraudulent, and cake on and process your fraud services and despising their elements in nature, proofing speculations or concurrence in services. And this is just a small minute. Now we're going to go to Pocatello labor versus indices because this is a walk through Idaho. It is a walk to my property, which is 18 holes, and also the ferry, and also number one, the wood or the iron. And we'll prepare. I'll launch at least a couple miles. I'll hit the ball one time and I'll go a couple miles right over the mountain range, and pegging an owl upside the head with my golf elite flight upside its head, and have to regenerate as services and call EMT service and call this endangered species a lemonited fool, 4 foot tall. Now there's a site exposed by bystander by a project foreperson by observer of violation. And we're picking up a WN period app at 440 to maintain positive control of or utility belt. Pocatello contends that be HA that the 11 or I choose your instruction knowledge may be but based on my job of the violations. Free flight 296-45-385 2B requires that installing or moving overhead conductors or cables, they should be kept under positive control to prevent actually contact re-energizing circuit. Sad thing. See, I got things in my mouth that the wire, so any kilowatt or anything, you're supposed to be dead, but it goes right through me into a ground wire. That's a common law factor that praises that taser will not. The taser will go right through me into you until you are fossilized, drooling on the ground, and the battery's drained, and they pick up your body and put you in the hospital and confront you of what actions and what reason and what you were doing in that shape, or weight, and form at that period of time with that device on you. Now, the shell under positive control prevents actually energized circuit. A Pocatello insured conductor being moved under the positive control of conductor, say contractor energized stir, ground in the metal fence of Murphy grabbed. Now, Murphy grabbed that line and felt the buzz. When he felt the buzz, he registered in his brain, they affirmed the administration record That means administrative record, the AR 440. That's page 245. And there's services that you have on second series number 7, which is the dead carcasses from the tree. That's 7, and the parameters in the Washington George Property Services. And is that all you got? This is in your face, and the services, you have no job here no more, and they just having you taking your service and scraping as you go. Go ahead and swing. You ain't go nowhere. You just drag you off and pull you out of here just like every other others. Now, the failure to maintain positive control pretends a BHA for finding that particular violation 1.1. Constructive knowledge may be imputed based on length of the job of past violations. WAC 296-45-385-2B requires that when installing and removing overhead conductors on cables shall be under positive control to prevent accident contact kept on the energized circuit. In the case the particular ensures the conductor being removed was under positive conduction, sage contact energized stirred, ground a metal fence and Murphy grabbed a line and felt a buzz, administrative record AR. And that to statutes 40, and those statutes are no more. Those are expired, but it's still not directly. It's important in your absent manifest, and still this violation occurred in the plain view of public and project forum and supervisors in Lanford like Pocatello. A Bay bystander, especially project forest planning, has observed violation 194 when app at 440. The BH found in Landberg at the member of management that was hired of the union. Now, the union and the union services paid for their services on their uniform services and the uniform services, and also doctor, nurse, and also administration office and the services, and all the services of the bedding and services and what they in the increments of your contrary for your blood and services and your blood and increments and in the AR 33 contrary ruling. Supervisors action and constructive knowledge and safe violation only the imputed employer, Pocatello 994 when app 440. Managing official not present witness in violations, being roofing. INC Department of Labor Industries 131 app 198 108 161 P3D 38720 both land frame actual knowledge form violation presence. In the plain view of providing sufficient evidence of improved knowledge of Pocatello. Pocatello contends the BEH error imputed to Pocatello knowledge that IAPZ violation argues of Edelman's EPZ training program since the prior violation prevent those violations contributing to construction knowledge in disagree. Former WAC 296-45-3453 1998 requires this works create a PZ before implementing and performing. So when you're at Kaiser's in Spokane, Washington, chasing off every individual on the plant off Kaiser's Spokane, Canada, and the grunt tires and the services and all these hydro electric and also services binding this contract together, it says, of course, this is union. This is your flesh and blood, your first and last name, your middle name, your sibling, your children, and what came distraughted from who you are and what you are and who you were supposed to be. This is EPZ. Grounding performing when transmission lines, 194 app, 435 linemen, do not employ EPZ on the protective grounds in this case. See the upper and lower jaw of the wiring service, the ground services embedded into the electrical wiring into the compound facility combat. And these same combat, these are elite boots, and the services are Nike twined wiring that is bind into the thread. Is anti-detector and anti-ground service. So that service for the kilowatts is a necessity, is a carry a ploy that's also recommended in every discretionary service for any component of electricity or kilowatt service or any hydraulic power and also hydration and services that they contribute with the water that must be at Stratton services. Because Pateco 194 at 435 lineman pulls in EPZ and other on your handbook. It says protective grounding in this case, and the failure to maintain puts it the violations and violation occurred at side road, where the crew worked and planned view supervisor Lampert. Other safety and strength members of Pocatello management according knowledge can be imparted by Pocatello. Additional evidence employer knowing similar violations sufficient support or finding employer and exercise reasonable agency. As known as existing violation, J.E. Dunn. NW Northwest 139 1 app 4546 quoting Washington Center Supply 119 app and 196 Washington Cedar and Supply and firm finding imputed knowledge based two similar violations within the past 3 119 1 app and 910 916. Outlining and introducing evidence that Buckjoy brutally violated EPZ rule in separate cases stemming from the instance of 2011, like Washington Cedar and Supply. Buckton can reauthorize imputed knowledge of EPZ violation based on the prior violation of the same rule passed in 3 years. Buckjoy attends the Canadian Extensive Measurements Improved in the EPZ Training Program 2011 existence. However, it discussed further below what was shown as improvements by EPZ safety program and practice. Violation of two-person rule. Buckjoy attends did not have knowledge violation, but provides subsidies arguments, and accordingly, we do not consider Buckjoy argument West Thurston County 168 WANAP 162.18727P3D 2012 RAP. That's 10.3A6. Action Prevention Program. Buckjoy extends LNI failed so if its app less effective within WAC 296-45-325, number 2, number B. It claims that APP ANCRES address needs workplace. Buckjoy does a challenge BIIA as your choice of weapon. Findings with regarding APP violation WAC 396-80-14005 requires employers to develop a formal accident prevention program. Outline written program must be tailored to the needs to the employer, particular workplace, and types to hazard involved WAC 296-800-800-800-14005. Now, this is Macwell testifying an API violation based on Buckjoy's app instructions to have employees on the rule. Now, there's a handbook you get at. In that handbook, you keep that in mind. It's online. B, a weapon, conclude provoke APP after custom line. Has a lot of equipment. BII 111, any case might be. Choose 1-4, unsupported, about unclear whether an AP job site. Now, see, that's a question black and white. That's page 248, November 18. Particular labor industries, an app 26 hyphen. I'm sorry, 343 3D 513. Opinion of court. Opinion moot. Okay, this is on preventable employee misconduct. Contends the first of 3 violations will result in preventable misconduct. Claims that provisions invent safety training and visit points B11 or 11. Regarding and Sarah's testimony by saying my specification address compliance is an established primary facial. Your face, your bone, your primary, your teeth, your front and lower, your abdominals, your cervix, your esophagus. The mile attesting 1 hour digestive system. So you got it. Yet you choose your choice of weapon. Now, the preventable employee in misconduct claims pricing affects safety training and its employees. B11 III, choice point, whatever choice might be, disregarding service testimony about safety programs, taking specific address EP safety and compliance. He disagreed. Once a line established prima facie case, that's WYSHA. Violation and burden shifts lawyers that can be avoided against and unpreventable employees conduct action cause and violation JE done Northwest 46 RCW 49.17.1205A to unpreventable employee misconduct employers and must be presentable and also conducting service duration the time the jobs and there is probably the best service and labor industries you can work in your process, you're going to exercise your service and also document. You should, so the water and bearing proof of the services so that you had your service duration of time. Only downtime you could be 20 feet of snow, and if it's raining in that duration, golf balls, you're going to apply that to your guide duration sensor electricity no generators backup. Programming and equipment is designed communications in this survival ways. I recommend the solar panel battery backup system, some oxygen tank services, and also the powder generator has a backup liquor device and has 3 USB entrance ways. You can charge any device 20 times over. Your laptop 20 times over. And your laptop backup. And this quality of service has the 3 USBs and also a speed up for your Android service 7, 8, 9, 10, generation 10, 11. Microsoft Component Services and Services that I recommend you carry these on person. recommend these services. These looker operated devices, also solar panel service, and also remote devices can charge your service 20 times over. And these component services are online. I strongly recommend it. It's online. Adequate communication for these rules employees. Step, discover, and convert violations of safety rules. Effective enforcement safety program written in practice, not in theory. The RCW 49.17.125A to show the safety program effective practice evidence, support employees and assertive that the employees in misconduct and missing recurrence of the foreseeable. Foreseeable means any foreseeing or foreign documentation of service and liability and service and doesn't have your name on it, initials on it. This document is worthless in many shape, ways, and forms. This is an enactment of RCW 49.17.125A that shows safety program effective practice evidence support that employees are serving employees misconduct, violation, occurrence, and foreseeable. That means foreseeable in itself, and it's preface, the face itself, recognition services. BD Roofing 139 WinApp 111. Merely showing good paper program does not demonstrate an effective practice. BD Roofing 139 WinApp. At 113, review employer and establish that the affirmative defense determining whether insubstantial evidence records supporters like B11A determination. Washington State Supply 11991 app at 19112. BD Roofing 139 app at 114. Once the supervisor involved in violation of proof on preventable employees misconduct, more rigorous under defense and more difficult in establishing the supervisor's duty to protect safety employees under his supervision. Now, the supervisor's duty to protect the safety of employees under his supervision, Othello. See, that reverse and effective first, past tense, adjective, verbs, predicates of adjective description of time being description in motion or in motion are also in past and history and future. As you can see, this is turquoise RCW 49.17.12058. Give them no information on nothing. The CDL license, and also the window Microsoft belongs to you, and you pay that purchase one time, and that's forever. So the win is supervised in this violation proof of unpreventable employee misconduct and more rigorous in defense and more difficult to establish since supervised duty to protect safety employees and supervised duty to protect safety employees under supervision. Othello. See this service of the increments of the setup of the first step into the concrete rebar of the first step, your footing to your left foot, and that's at 49. Bowl versus Leach is 7W app, second duty 535436 P32 390 page 535 January 2019. Nuisance and continuance of the general nuisance is an unusual interference of another use of enjoyment of property. Nuisance liability, reasonable activity, determination of nuisance action or primary considerations are reasonable. Defendants of this property of her property, his or her property, and the court determines a reasonable balance of rights and interests and convenience and unique to the case. All the surrounding facts and circumstances are considered. Nuisance liability, reasonableness of activity, question of law and fact, and negligence action, reasonableness of the defenses and the defendants of itself. Use of the property generally questioned in fact, but deciding the matter of law, reasonable minds could come only on one conclusion. adjoining landowners, nuisance, liability, reasonableness, activity, wind-blown debris, free tree, and tree entirely on owner's property. Natural disasters. Natural debris that been blown in the wind, tree located entirely in property onto the property of another, not constitutes by nuisance. Cost of attorney fees on appeal basis on Warrior Citation Authority, necessity RAP 18.8b, requirement of party requests and appellate attorney's fee made in a separate section of party's belief and requires in more than bald requests and attorneys fees and appeals and arguments in the service of an appeal. Mota. Argument and citation and authority requires advisor to court the appropriate grounds and award attorney fees and costs. Now, challenge delivered opinion anonymous court, nature of action, property owners sought relief on claim wind-blown natural debris from tree located and then their neighbor's property constitutes a nuisance claim allegedly cause standing in property in different prior removed plaintiffs sought damages and abandonment nuisance. Superior Court, Pierce County, number 16-2-11504-2, Jack F. Nevin J. August 25, 2007, entered summary judgment in favor of the defendants. Court of Appeals holding blown natural debris and tree located in defendants on the defendant's property did not constitute a nuisance. Matter of law, court affirms judgment. Warren J. Dam for appellates, Kyle Jones, James Metal, Tyson Meds, LLP, Thomas H. Ophel Law Office, Mark District Law Office of Dart District for respondents. Lexis Research in Washington Rules Court noted Alexis next AD, and that's Chun D. Now the background, that's going to John Leach lived in a current resident child, 1950. Moved him back to property in 1955, and currently lives in his wife. Coulter redwood tree was grown on property since Leach first lived there. And he believes someone planted the tree in 1930. Leach estimated the tree was approximately 7 feet tall, from the boundary line with Bowles neighborhood property. Also estimates the branches stopped approximately 50 feet from boundary line. They started to receive prior complaints about tree from neighbors. Boyles moved into their home July 2000 when blown debris from Leach's tree on Boyles' property. Sometimes the debris is stained. Stain does not remove easily. It requires power washing or strong cleaning products. Off the windows, off the vehicle, also in the services onto this film because of this tree. Boyles tried to certify a burst to the inspect tree, Leach's property, and determined the sap cones from the tree containing titanic acid, which was stains and Boyles and property of his records, stained on the tree, dying and slowly, causing a surface of sap and cone produced, despite Ansley Allen noted that the tree was currently considered high risk on a 1 to 10 health scale, being the highest risk and potentially for critical failure for any time and moment. Allen ranked the health tree, disclosed for a 7, as recommendation report provides due to the client's motivation. Petition continued the warranting damage of surrounding property removed from recommendations. Because of listing and Boyle filed nuisance against the nuisance September 28, 2007, the Bowles requested $5,000 damages to the Aspen Court of Illinois Leaches up since the nuisance. June 26, 2000, moved the summary judgment, arguing Bowles failed to establish prima facie of the nuisance. The trial court granted the nuisance of summary judgment in August 20, but it's August 25, 2017. Boyles filed a motion, reconsideration, but the court denied. Nuisance. Boyles asserted the trial court erred in debris of the holy and neighborhood part of the property cannot constitute nuisance as a matter of law. Leaching and Bowles established nuisance caused an unlawful act of omission additionally. Leach's Street cannot constitute a nuisance because the entire property and concluded the trial are granted judgment in the favor of Leach's. Palace Court review of non-trial order granting summary judgment and JD Property LLC Haley 189. Now Haley 189 and Haley HALEY LLC 189 app 963-968-358 P3D 476 abbreviations 2015 abbreviation period. Thus review. An appellate court engaged in the same current trial court considers the fact light and favorable to non-moving 182 486 2000 grants issues of material fact. Lewis ET 182 where ones are defined closing rafting, lodge, inquiries, health costs, and the pro cons means that falls through 1980. And this and so as the essential interference of life and property and action, choose your choice. The or the these unreasonable interference property constituting WN App 1 apostrophe 318 7 County All State INC Company, which is around my neck. No criminal activity, no abstract, no running relations like bang activities, no drug pounds, and TH services we pulled over. You're under influence. Now the breathalyzing services for the BAC service from Department DOL service for also the Federal IRS, CIA, FBI Academy, and FBI number said number when you're swiping or passing information, purchasing items, removing things, or purchasing items, $10,000 limits is your service and increments and lowering casket, opening casket, doing cremation, or moving a dead body or cursor determines in your services. It says it grows entirely in Leach's property without branches overhanging Bull's yard, and it was not overhanging Bull's yard. Leach believes the tree was Ben property for 80 years. Aside Bull's neighborhood, it was never complained at Leach about this tree. Nobody complained about it. Nobody called the police on this guy. Nobody did anything in that shape. And this guy came out in shape and uniform and police officer administrations and with his body cam, came out of nowhere. And it says, here, the tree entirely Leach property without branches overhanging, not overhanging, yard, and also the Leach believes, assumption, not believes, okay? Believes the tree was being property of 80 years. See, Asset Manufacturing Department, Latin DOL, and also the George Washington emblem of your grandma, immediate family. That's on the wall, the real mother, the real father. That's really on the wall. It says the side boils never complained, Leaches about the tree. Nobody complained about it. Nobody heard about the bugs and orifices, wings, increment, like bees. When tree remains reports debris, except rather in toxin removal, explains the tree, but there's nitro pellets all over the place in the reservoirs and contaminants of natives. There's nothing wrong with this tree. But carries on to more statute because it goes in all the way into Anna Miller's office. So the recognition and processing information, also Boy Scout recommendation handbooks, all those books and all binded into about millions about on the trade, the print. So has the right to print to the services because this boils goes to 116 possibly 19 P29 branches extend the cut off the branch section. When you turn AM off, dead, cut off. Treatise law of 108.3D 1890 that has done says English free in your home administration office and main criteria published in nuisance action regarding Washington Supreme Court provides insight. The Supreme Court determined only tree branching or property constitute nuisance. I didn't know a tree can be loud and obnoxious. 116 Wash 8231. Therefore, property owner permits his or her tree extending a neighborhood property permits an uncovered negligence. 116 Wash. Not saying 107 engage REP 396 400 to barn bulls. Like Aces no more, but we'll sell it to you. Sell it to you for the APR rate where Mr. Obama presidency was taking 60 cents for the dollar and regenerate and process. And if you can play that instrument, any instrument that comes out of you are refunded in full, 10 folds over. It says 107 engineer rep 396-400 to Barnes, 302-311. Accordingly, the case holds that Simon's Mall, of course, by the chancellor, and there's ICE, and that'd be Chase Bank 1,000, Starbucks 1,000 a month, and Chase Bank services that they have is JP Wall Street, JP Morgan services, and their services is not your land. It's only $1,000 for the island, but itself, Old Navy. United States Navy service and also the branch military branches at Old Navy, the shelving, the racking, the service can stay. Those can stay, but the islands can be can promote some and dramatize. You can be in the action, line duty, on also in 7 days a week, and that's only 1,000-400 2 bars. Holds party may blend the tree branches, roots, and dissemble the old partners without 116 Washington 235 Utah 6, and that's an Amtrak station administration after the San Luis Obispo fence line in Yakima. And that fence line means do not touch, don't come around, and you're not allowed. It's of these trees. Sees you will be playing that remedy. 235. The other chords in Canon verse. Now, Canon, second 2-3, 425, 19. And then on the heads, plaintiff neighborhood and 2 trees, their property old trial endured, denied inquiring defendants. Move trees, issuance, growth, and prevent the retting and dropping leaves and branches. Canon 2D at 396, affirmed trial court order, Utah Supreme Court needs false. In common knowledge, and wind breaks branches and from trees and trees. Hardwood or otherwise shed twigs, branches, needles. Nuisance subjects have to quiet the law for damaged missing branches and morning courses blown from trees and community. Yes, by USS Washington. The is app 3632P 1077 addresses tree branches overhung in the court of hanging branches and protruding roots. Constitutes of there that in danger causing sensible, probable in the ways other casting, dropping Hawaii app 36768 certainly nature debris over nuisance is not encouraged onto neighbor property. It's a small ordinance of capability of shape and form of what it is and their services then come, and nobody called anybody came out of nowhere. Put a body count and represented when he don't even own the state of Washington.
Benton County prosecutors. Please reader will answer your call later. Prosecutor's office, how can I take your call?
Yes, I got a live app to put it on Annie Miller. All right. The item is as I promised and accurate, $35 million. Straighten Services Administration into the account. Go there and kick you out of the street. Let's say, put you in a fight and act like you don't think it's precautionary. Go get your departmental sweatshirt, backlog, recovery, all in your right. Receive all your first drops you off 1,000 miles away from you, hoping that nobody knows who you are. Because you got your own business. But that situation will not happen because it's back antivirus, not virus. Precaution servicing when you're driving or you have CDL or B, and you want to move into a mansion area truck, a sleeper with, of course, your activation is seconds away. You always have that. tax form that's done by Microsoft every year. There's a backup plan on that. If anything happens, see, if somebody takes your wife and then takes you, and then you're like 6,000 miles apart away, and then they're making stuff up, and you got this information back up, it's a live virus. That protects all services. I strongly recommend those services. Right, you're activating that Microsoft window is yours forever. That purchase one time is forever. So that service is income protected 24 hours, 7 days a week. I strongly recommend that service because of any otherwise in shape or way or form. You're going to be suffering. You're risking, oh, I should have had that service. I should don't pay it twice. They pay one time. People wake up and smell the flowers and flag, observing of their, not their delinquency, not their exposure of the victim. They strongly recommend yourself and stationary, smell the flowers, stop and recommend that. We got the SATSAC record. I got 2019, August 2019, 5 a.m. on there. And we got an August 5th, 2019, 9 credit card. This is Chase and presents available from Mr. Annie Miller possession of these books, and also the West State. The farm bill covers age and 12 a.m. out completely, and you move into a Lear or yacht jet in because recommendations on when you turn 18 years old at 12:01 a.m. or sorry, 1 a.m. second if you want to be. You're booted. You get your CDL license on Class A, and you're also 21. See, 19, 20, 21, 3 more years more. You're under supervision. You're booted out of the dictionary for 3 years on probationary service permit. 3 years of the duration of the time running. You have to exercise and complain and deal with whatever comes at you. Natural disasters, progression on you, or trees. These trees do not talk to you. With your get in your way there and increment wage for those there. But the stipulation contract will not expire because stipulation override stipulation contract as you choose will fall, and cities and others will prevent, and fires will catch on fire, and you see what it does, the moderating and California ordinances and the platinum Cadillac converters that are put into the engines of Ford Company, Ferrari, and also GMC and Chevy, and system that they have Kia, and the service deposit paid in full. They're made by trees of Korean wheat, tires ignited to exposure in society and public, letting you know the tax form here in lead. We're going to laminate the last name and the currency and the judge administration. The administration's first and last signatures are not great to Andy Miller. Washington Bar Service. Effective active currency fatigue. Social Security Office, Occasion 8131, Cincinnati tax forms and preparation of service beneficiary in the social services for the increments, the net benefits, and also the services for incoming and withholding services, Medicare A and B and C, and also A and B, and also the services they provide for compensation for the offset services, also the amounts and subscriptions, and there is no subtractions on anything, and it's all reprocessed and put down, and including the subscription amount in box 4. There's box 1, and the first would be your first and last name, the beneficiary of your social security number on box 2. Box 3 benefits the of the year approximate date and approximate description of the amount in box 3. Box 4, benefits are repaid and services of anything, services, reports, IRS, leisure tax, tax forms and services, UBI number, services or indiscriminate, whatever that might be. Like the binder, we have the damaged binder with the, it's not man-made, it's not from this planet. It's in a binder that has ammunition services and all the processing court systems are here. And Superior Courts, all these, and also Kennedy Building, called Ranch, and the ranches and oil company road for the exercises. The 8 filled out. Box 1, box 2, box 3, box 4, box 5, box 6, box 7, box 8. See, just in case, I recommend just in case your wife or kids or you're offset like 6,000, and then you come back and they're trying to control things here, and I started making this. It was, now box 1 is going to be on processing and injecting this virus and service, and the rest of it is an active live virus needed. Box 2 benefits and a service description of your amount. You need a description of those benefits. Social security number you're at. Your first name in box 1, you need your first and your last name. Box 3, you need the effective date of 2019, 2020, and so forth. And the amount, description of amount in the box 3. Number 4 is Social Security of the effective year, 2000. Description of the amount of 4, and your number of benefits on your negative, if any, with box 20. Federal income tax withholding, if any. That's a VOC Trump and the services for the volunteer services for the 1098 forms and also 401k. Those are the children, siblings, and then there were box 6. And then box 7 address, and then for the address and services, your first, your last, and your address, physical address. So there, and in your driver's license, see the EI number, which is number box 8. Claim number, you got a claim number, and that claim number you need for your swipe, your FBI SID number, your amount you're at, and also your description amount in box 3. That's 1/2 of the third power, so 3, 9. So the box 9, they have this abbreviation service, SAT, and also your whatever. That's for accurate is 2,400. The score would be 2,400, so it says 3 to 3. That's 9 box. They can give you that. You're gonna keep on reading 500. See, it tricks here. It's called Medicare. Your Medicare is all CD. Your deduction, your work of paid to federal and income tax and payments office and there's services, levies and actions and 1, 2, and 3. South Tacoma and also here in Spokane, also Kennedy Building, 8131 Climate Change Social Security Office Administrator Advocate. This is Windows 10 includes amounts of shown, checks returned, whatever checks you in Miller's office, you rip it up in his face and put it right there. And you let it sit because it's nothing to you. This tree did not. They call noble cops calling on you fabricating body cam service. You just make things up and we're going to cut this